Hi chums. Right, 31st of December 2013. So it's nearly all over, folks. Another year done, and kind of glad to see it gone, to tell you the truth. That's because it's pretty shitty. But anyway, tomorrow a new start and new potatoes. These are called Maris Piper. Just give you a look up in case you want to write it down or anything. Maris Piper are a very good all-round potato. They're good for mashing, chipping, roasting, boiling. So you can basically do anything you want with them, and they'll take the abuse. You find that fish and chip shops prefer Maris Piper as their potato of choice. Is their potato of choice because it's a very robust potato and makes a very good chip or French fry. So going into this. So the reason I'm doing these is because I'm going to roast these tomorrow. Deep fry them, sorry, not roast, deep fry. So what do you call it? I need some potatoes, and that's just about an average. That's just about a lovely size of potato there. Now I have a big hand. Our potatoes about 3 inches long. So the it maybe no, it's a bit more, but maybe nearly 4. 1, 2, 3, about 3.5. What's that? 3.5, 4, 8, 10, about 9 centimeters. So I'd say that's it all done, you know. We're doing Christmas on our New Year's Eve on our own. Well, not on our own, sorry. My son is still at home. He goes back to England on Sunday. He gets a good break because he's a teacher, so schools are obviously closed. So he just stays as long as he can at home. It's nice for him too, because he gets a chance to see all his mates from years ago and that, you know, and lots of excuses for going out to the pub with his mates. Although I'll tell you what, there hasn't been a whole lot of that because things have changed. His mates are all daddies now and they're all discovering that it's not so much fun going out to the pub and getting up the next morning, you know. I remember one morning when my children were small and I had a great night the night before, and my daughter came into the bedroom and I was still in bed at about, oh, it's 10:30 or 11 o'clock, I'm sure, and she opened my eyes and went, "Daddy, Daddy, wake up." And I thought, this is not fair, you know. It's not fair on her that I'm still in my bed not playing with her, having a bit of fun, and it's not fair on me abusing myself this way. So I just stopped drinking because there's no point trying to do anything else, because the problem is that, you know, you keep saying, well, I'll only have one drink the next time, but that never happens, you know, and the next thing you're back in the same scenario again. So I just stopped drinking until the kids were grown up, you know, and it was the easiest way around it, and I'll tell you what, I never regretted it. But so when they were a bit bigger, I was able to have a few pints again then, and I didn't have the horrors of having to look after small noisy children in the morning, you know. And you can't expect your children to be quiet because you're hungover. Basically, it's not their fault you're hungover. But so, as I say, there's not as much of the going to the pub and stuff as there was before, because they're all married with children, and well, it's well, children anyway, you know. Some are married, some aren't. Doesn't matter. But it doesn't affect whether they can go for a drink or not, their marital status. But whether they have children or not, certainly can, you know. So, as I say, he has been home most of the time. So, but we've had a great time playing Tomb Raider. He bought me the new Tomb Raider. And this is like a 56-year-old man talking about a game, you know, for youngsters. But I've been playing Tomb Raider for the last 20 years, I suppose, since it came out first, with Dermot, when he got it first and loved it. It's really the only video game I love, apart from one other one, the Isle of Man TT. It's a good one as well if you like motorbikes. And but I was having trouble on the PlayStation trying to get the new controls, because they were these sort of paddle controls that you had to use your thumbs with, and I just couldn't get the coordination for that. But he told me to get an Xbox, so I bought a second-hand Xbox off one of my mates, and because his son didn't want it basically, and he got me Tomb Raider for Christmas, and I can actually play it again because the actual ergonomics of the controller are much easier to deal with, and everything's set up much more efficiently than it was on the PlayStation. So I'm back into Tomb Raider again. I'm really loving it, you know. So we're doing a collaboration together on normal, where I'm doing all the sort of discovery and some fighting, but when the fighting gets really hard, he takes over and finishes it off, you know. So we're about 60% of the way through it, 58% of the way through it now. So we got to finish for Sunday, you know. But I've started on easy, right? Because it gives me a bit more time to fight the enemies and stuff. I'm really actually enjoying it, you know. So that's it. But Christmas is all right, you know. Christmas is all right. We got very quiet, obviously, after what happened and all. So the looking forward to the new year, and hopefully things will be a lot better. That's what we got, folks, from the Maris Pipers. Those will be grand. Those will roast up the very best. What I do with those is, on the potatoes, I roast them to about that size there. Okay, about, what's that there? About 2 inches across. And that's a nice size. I peel that and I parboil it until it just becomes, a fork will just start to go in a wee bit and stop, and then take them out and leave them wrapped up in some sort of container like this here, in a tea towel. That lets them cook on a wee bit more gently, and then when it comes to roast them, I actually put them in the deep fat. I put some fat in the pan, and I bring it up to 375 Fahrenheit. I can't remember what that is in centigrade. And what do you call it? I just drop these in gently on a spoon, on a slotted spoon. You don't drop them in from your fingers, because they will foam with water content on the water on the outside of them. And then you just, for 5 minutes or so, and just basically cook the outside of them to put a crust on them. And when you finish them like that, they're lovely, they're crusty on the outside and lovely and soft on the inside. So they make a really nice roast potato. So I'll be doing that. That one there, I'll cut that one in two, because you can see, sort of, it's twice as big. So it's not a science, you know, but I like it. That's a nice size for putting on your plate, you know. So say we've got plenty there to deal with, you know. But that's that job done. Now, all you guys in Australia have had your new year and everything, and you're probably nursing your hangovers and things. Well, I haven't had my new year yet, and I'm going to have a big event tonight. I've got a bottle of Hogan Guard, or it's a white beer, a Belgian white beer, I think, and it's very nice. I like it. Do you know what it's like? It tastes like what beer. It tastes like what you think beer tastes like when you're a child, like sort of alcoholic lemonade. It's really nice. It's not like shandy. It's sort of sweeter than shandy and softer. It hasn't got that sort of acidic thing that some of the beers have, you know. I quite like it, you know, but you need to be careful. It'll blow the head off you very handy. So I'll have some of that there, a glass of that or something, you know. But just for you guys that have got your New Year over, I'm now heading down to unblock my septic tank. Yeah, a lot of rain this last few days and a bit more traffic on the system, and septic tanks weren't built to deal with 4 people and the washing machine going twice a day and dishwashers and all the rest of it. So I'm going to get put on. I'm just going to bite the bullet and get put onto the mains, because this is getting terrible, you know. I'm just not in the mood for clearing septic tanks, to tell you the truth. I'm getting a bit old for that now. So I'm just going to get put onto them. The mains run out past my house, and it was handy. Every couple of years you get your tanks sucked out, and that was it. But when it happens at Christmas, you have to get it done, and you have to get all the backup cleared, and all. It's not very pleasant at all. But so that's what I'm going to do now, folks. I'm going to clear my septic tank. So just to finish off here, I just want to wish you all a very happy Christmas, happy New Year. I hope 2014 is very kind to you all, and that it turns out to be what you want it to be. Thank you all for your comments, subscriptions, private messages, and support that I've had over the last couple of months has been very, very, very helpful. And just on one particular thing, one thing that gave me a huge lift was when Carl Jacobson sent me the grinder. That really lifted my spirits big time. So Carl, it meant a lot more than you thought it did, okay? So thank you very much. But as I say, Happy New Year to you all, and I hope it's what you wanted to be. All the best now. Bye bye.